Why do you need esteem? Esteem is because you want to be little one-up on somebody else all the time. Unfortunately, our education systems were made like this, right from kindergarten. Who is first, who is second, who is third? You want to be first. So, your sense of happiness is only when everybody is doing worse than you.
Oh.
There he goes!
Sweatshirt's coming off. This is getting too serious.
Mind as much! We're going a little crazy. We're two spiritual teachers in, and we are about to jump into a third.
The one, the only,
the man, the myth, the mystic, Sadhguru!
Very interesting topic from Sadhguru. How your self-confidence is limiting you.
Limiting you? I am so excited for my brain to be turned to mush. Because it's like, whoa, whoa, after the first two, and then now that's Sadhguru's just gonna be like,
gonna stomp on you. yeah, just over
like, ah!
Looks like it's from a Youth and Truth episode, which are always feisty.
Feisty?
Because you get the youngins asking the right questions.
All right,
let's go.
Okay.
Let's go.
Okay.
I often find myself in a situation where I'm not happy with myself. I compare my abilities, achievements, and even my appearance with that of others. And I think that's one reason for my low self-esteem. How do you think I can build up on my self-esteem and get rid of the self-hatred that I have?
Laughs?
Well,
So she's asking how
this
to up your
self-esteem, this self-confidence, all these things, unfortunately, have been sold a lot on the planet. Why do you need esteem? Why do you need esteem? Esteem is because you want to be little one-up on somebody else all the time. Unfortunately, our education systems were made like this, right from kindergarten. Who is first, who is second, who is third? You want to be first. So, your sense of happiness is only when everybody is doing worse than you.
Oh.
There he goes!
Sweatshirt's coming off. This is getting too serious.
Mind as much! Whoa! Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How about that? Your self-esteem,
Dude.
the only reason you need it, or the only thing it does for you, is make you only happy when you are above others.
And that's what we've been taught from minute one. Minute one. It's like,
You're just constructing someone to be
I got
unhappy.
a B, you got an A.
What kind of life is that?
I'll clap for the audience.
Why are we structuring our lives like this, that if everybody is doing badly, I will feel great? I think it's sickness. Hello? You think it's joy or sickness, please tell me. If all of you are doing badly, I feel great because I'm number one now. No, this should go. From an early age, unfortunately, this is being imposed upon a child's mind that you have to be on top of everybody else. This is like, I want you to just imagine if this happened to other creatures. Let's say it happened to the plants and trees and animals. If an ant wants to become like an elephant, that is going to be a terrible ant-elephant, isn't it? Suppose a mango tree wants to become like a coconut tree. It will be a horrible mango tree because with one branch like this, no mangoes will come out of this. A mango tree is like this, a coconut tree is like that. That's how it should be. This has happened because in so many ways, people have put these things into your mind, what is good, what is bad, what is high, what is low, what is up, what is down.
Yes.
Because of this, you have never paid attention to every aspect of life in the sense. Maybe…
Oh my gosh.
Because of this attitude that has been instilled in us from such a young age,
Yeah.
you haven't paid attention and found out for yourself.
Because you have these value systems that you think are everything. And it's also not allowing you to recognize what yourself is, because if you're trying to build yourself based on all the value systems that are being taught to you.
I was just watching your head.
Yeah, brain is mush. But if you're building your value system if you're building a value system to begin with, and that's all based on what you've been taught is good. Say you're a mango tree and you want to become a coconut tree. You're an artist at heart, but you're told that you have to be a business person. You're always going to be trying to fit your feet into these shoes that just don't fit. And it's never, ever going to feel right. It's always like you're just putting this like mask on, this facade on, and you're basing your own value system. You're seeing the value in others only based on the value that society has told you works. You know, how much money you have, how much status you have, whatever.
This is something that I've been consciously trying to work on, because with you specifically too, because when it comes to like people I talk to about spiritual stuff with,
Yeah.
like you're pretty much the person I'm in constant discussion with about that. But it's funny because in spiritual things,
Yeah.
this wanting to be better still arises in me.
Spiritual ego. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like I'll hear you talk about a certain experience and I'll be like, oh shit, like my automatic thing will be to think about things that like I've done that are like cool or whatever. And then I get to the point of like, what the hell am I doing?
Yeah, because it's like it's placing this linear, because it's so easy to start doing that, placing this linear graph on what spirituality is, whereas in reality, I have no idea where I'm going.
Yeah.
Like I could be, like who knows? Like you could just be like chugging along on your perfect path, and I'm just like woo, and I'm like telling you about these things, and you're like, well
and also our experiences can be completely different.
and that's cool,
And that's cool, and
Yeah.
that's good, and that should
Yeah.
be encouraged.
Yes.
But then I'll find myself like being annoyed, you know, when someone else is like talking about their experience, because I'm just comparing myself to it.
Oh yeah.
Rather than just being there with them, being like, yo, that's sick. Like, how did it feel? What was it
Yeah.
like? Like,
Yeah.
how can you get back there? Like, jeez. You guys struggle with that?
And also, yeah, it just comes down to recognizing that we need to, at the same moment, recognize that we're together here, but also need to recognize our uniqueness. Because we all have these little things to offer, and they're all different. And if you're trying to place a linear scale on all of that, it makes everyone try and squeeze in to this same thing, but we're all so different, and we all have such different things to offer. So, bang, Sadhguru is
This is gonna be
This
this
is-
is a big one.
this is a huge one. Yeah.
Humanities people and lawyers, and what are you? Huh? Oh, the accounting people. You never paid attention to these things. I spend a lot of time paying attention to all kinds of creatures, ants and grasshoppers and worms and everything. If you observe, let's say an ant, or let's pick up something little more than an ant, like a grasshopper, it's easier to see him. If you look at him carefully, whoever created this grasshopper has paid as much attention to your grasshopper as they have paid to this one. Please pay attention and see. When the source of creation has given equal attention to ant and you, who the hell are you to think an ant is a lowly creature and you are some superhuman being?
Come on! That hits really, really home for me, because for the past 3 years or so, whenever I meditate and insects come by, I just observe the insects. Those are some of the craziest creatures that can just, you know, you could just let float by and not really notice them because they're so small.
And
They're-
the detail work on them.
Oh, the detail work. Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
and you think about the fact that they have not like, well, they have similar systems that keep them alive inside
Yeah.
this minuscule body.
Yeah.
And the create, you know, you can call it creator, you can call it nature, you can call it God, whatever. Had just as much genius in there as in you.
Woo! Amen. Amen.
Amen.
Why are you making this judgment? Creation has not made this judgment. You may think you're superior simply because you're, in a blatant manner, you're walking on this planet, but that's not true. The fact of the matter is like this. See, if all the worms on this planet, right now if all of them die, all the worms, in about 12 to 18 months, all life on this planet will cease, everything, including you and me.
Yep.
Suppose all the insects die today. In something like 2.5 to 4 years' time, all life will cease. But if all the human beings die, the planet will flourish. Yes, we make good manure. If human beings go away, right through this building, trees will grow, isn't it? Yes or no? Everything will flourish. So, who the hell is telling you that you are the most significant life? This idea that the cosmos is human-centric is a stupid idea.
Oh, come on! Oh, come on, 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 come on. It's like that, it's like that, it's like that. What is… I'm gonna be thinking about that for the rest of my life. That was so good.
Oh, jeez.
Oh my gosh. This is like the pinnacle for me right now because I've just been connecting more and more with Sadhguru,
Yeah.
and this just lines up with what I got in here. Real nice. The whole insect stuff, humanity.
Also, when you are not the center of things, life becomes so much easier.
Yes.
We think about it like, oh, life is going perfectly if everything's working in my favor. But if you're not the center and things don't need to work in your favor and you accept that, then all of a sudden every day is a good day to be alive.
Yes, because you're alive and things are alive.
And everything else is working. All these insects, worms are making it all possible.
Yeah.
You have so much to be thankful for, even
Yes.
with your little human-centric world. The girl you asked out, the job you applied for, whatever it is.
Dude, I wrote something in my journal today. I've been working a lot on myself with general desire. Desire for goods, things, you name it, any sort of desire. The way around that I came to, or a way around that I came to this morning, was that if you wake up every day and you recognize that you don't need anything to happen, if you don't need anything, then there is no good or bad things happening. You're not putting a judgment on it. You're not so dependent on these things happening that your whole essence is on the line.
You become free, I'd say.
You become free. Yeah. Yeah. And you can just
Wow.
roam this earth freely.
A weight off your shoulders.
Huge weight. Yeah. So I'm going to be trying to implement that in
I
my
love
life.
it. I like it.
Yeah.
I like it. I like it.
I'm a little overwhelmed right now
it's
because
just- we got time left in this
jeez, a
episode.
lot.
In this cosmos, even this solar system is a tiny speck. Tomorrow morning, if the entire solar system evaporates, nobody will notice it. That's how small it is. In that tiny speck, planet Earth is a microspeck. In that microspeck, Bengaluru is a super microspec.
Oh my God.
In that, you are a very big person with great self-esteem.
Yes, Sadhguru. Yes.
This is not a simple problem. People suffer this for their whole life without handling it. Essentially, it is just this. You have gotten yourself into a place where most human beings are in this place. You get yourself into a place where you cannot handle your own thought process and your emotion. That's all. You meet 50, 60-year-old people, they've still not figured how to handle their thought and emotion. These are basic faculties. When the hell are you going to learn how to use your thought and emotion? Suppose you're 20 years of age and you still don't know how to use your fingers, people will say you're handicapped, isn't it? You are whatever age you are and you still don't know how to use your thought and emotion, are you handicapped too? Hello?
That's a zinger.
That's a zinger.
The fact that we're like, how about when we're teaching kids to use their fingers, how to eat, how to move around? What if we were just teaching them this stuff too?
Well, the problem is that we don't know this stuff, so we can't teach it to them. So that's the thing, is we have to, the person who's raising the kids has to know how to handle their own thoughts and emotions, and so often they don't. And so that's why a person like Sadhguru is just like, this is on you. You gotta figure this out. Like, you know how to move your hands, you think you know how to function, but you're just bumbling around if you don't know how to use your thoughts and emotions.
And how to… Oh.
Are you or are you not? You are, you're crippling yourself. Why has this happened? Is simply because you have made unnatural divisions in the existence, which don't exist anywhere else except in human mind. Yes? Nowhere else does it exist except in human mind. Because you're a little girl. Can I call you a little girl?
Yes, you can.
I'm telling you the boys, she's not a little girl for me. She's a little girl. When my daughter was growing up, she grew up with me traveling all over the place. When she was 3.5 months of age, she's traveling with me alone. I'm driving all over India with her in the strapped to the seat of the car. So, she grew up like this, and every day we're in some different family. People are wonderful, but there is a problem with the adults. The moment they see a child, they want to teach the child something that's not worked in their life. You should see, this urge is so compulsive. The moment they see a child, they have to teach. They have to teach. So I made one rule, see, you can play with her as much as you want, you can talk to her, but nobody is going to teach her anything. But Sadhguru, she won't learn anything, ABC at least 1, 2, 3. I said, no 1, 2, 3. Then they said, she won't know how to count even her fingers. I don't care. If she doesn't know how to count her fingers, as long as she knows how to use her fingers, I don't care. She thinks she has 1,000,000 fingers, what's my problem? But they want to teach 1, 2, 3, ABC, Mary had a little lamb. I said, I don't care whether Mary had a lamb or no lamb. You're not going to teach her anything. So nobody taught her anything. She's all ears, everybody treated… because if you have nothing to teach, you have to treat somebody like your equal. So she grew up. By the time she's 2.5, 3 years of age, she can speak in terms of remembering about 700 to 800 names, all adults. She thinks they're all her friends, because everybody spoke to her like she's an adult. And I would not have sent her to school, but my schedule went totally crazy and I had to put her in some school. So when she was 12, 13 years of age, one day she came back home and something that happened at school disturbed her. So she came to me and said, "You're teaching everybody so many things, you're not telling me anything." I said, "See, I don't do it unsolicited. Now that you've come, just sit down. This is all you have to know. Never look up to anybody." She looked at me like this, "What about you?" kind of thing. I said, "Especially me, because the moment you look up to me, you will miss it completely. If you look at me just the way I am, there is a lot of value to it. If you look up to me, what will you do? Probably take my picture and nail it to your wall, like you nailed so many people who are of value in this world. You just look at me for what I am, don't look up to me, and never look down on anybody. This is all. Never look up to anything, never look down on anything. If you see everything just the way it is, everything has immense value. Everybody has a place and value to their life, isn't it? Every creature has value. Because we did not realize that, how many things we have destroyed in this world.
Boy! Yeah. Yeah. Lot to unpack there.
Let's run that whole series back.
Okay.
Starts with his daughter
Yes.
and him being like, one rule, don't teach her anything, because everyone wants to impose, their ideas of what a good life should be on someone and help them. They're trying to help somebody.
Right.
Don't teach them anything, because then they're gonna see it the way that it is. And when you're not teaching anyone something, you have to look at them as an equal. And you have to treat them as an equal. Like, think about our entire political systems, our entire social hierarchies are built on ideas of looking down or up at certain things.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
And that entire lesson unfolded itself into that if you are looking up or down at something, you are gonna miss the actual value of that thing, because you're already placing judgments on it, you're already categorizing it of what it can do. So you see an ant, a worm, and you say, "Oh, that's something that sits in the earth and decomposes my food." That's low life, that's not a high thing. Until you realize that it's the thing making your life possible if you just looked at it without looking down at it.
Woo!
Ooh. Dude, that's one of those rules. We need to make a list of these rules.
Yeah, we do.
We got this running mental list of the things that if you said it to yourself every day, screw it, every 10 minutes.
Yeah.
If you reminded yourself of that thing, you're hot on the path to enlightenment.
Enlightenment, I like to call it, enlightenment is inevitable.
Yes. If you are every single moment reminding yourself,
Yeah.
I'm not going to look down or up, I'm going to look at fully.
We should compile a list,
Yes.
make a video about it, all from teachings that we've heard. Yeah.
Would you guys like that? Because we'll do it.
We'll do it.
Oh, we'll do it. It'll be a Learn With Us reflection episode.
Ooh.
Simply because we think this is valuable, this is not valuable. There is nothing here that is not valuable. Everything has its value. Maybe you are not able to see it. So don't set yourself up like this, you versus the rest of the world. It's a bad competition to get into. You want to be number one on this planet. It's a horrible place. Everybody below you and you up. Is it a good place to be? I think it's a sick place. This attitude of wanting to be ahead of somebody needs to go. Well, for fun in a game or something you compete, that's different. Life is not a competition, life is not a race. If life is a race, you must get to the finish line soon.
Dude.
If you think life is a race, you must be at the finish line today. I can tell you how. You want to go there? No, this is not a race. This is a tremendous privilege that we have come as human beings. This means our ability to experience life is of a much larger proportion than any other creature on this planet. That is the significance of who we are. Yes? We can experience life in many more vivid ways than how an ant can experience, how a grasshopper can experience, how somebody else can experience. This is our privilege. Instead of experiencing life, we are trying to win the race. If you win the race, you should be in the crematorium today.
Everyone's just silent.
You don't need any self-esteem. In this culture, if you don't know this, there may be people with names like this. There will be one Ramadas, one Krishna Das, one whatever. What this means is people are consciously taking the name of being a slave. Because a joyful, willing slave is a tremendous human being. Only somebody who's been enslaved by somebody is a different matter. But willingly, I'm willing to do whatever is needed in this world, is a wonderful slave, isn't it?
Whoa.
I'm one.
What?
Wow. If you were just so… Dude, because if… You know, when you start thinking in a way of everything has value that's here,
Yeah.
you start thinking of yourself as I'm just a part of this very valuable system.
Mm-hmm.
And then if you see kinks in the system that you can help work out, what else are you here for?
Whoa. Yeah.
And what if you just put yourself as a servant to life?
Yeah.
You know, then it's like, man, your life is gonna be so much better than anyone who's focused on themselves, because all those people are ever gonna have is short-term wins, being like, yes, I can look down at them now. I can look down at them now.
Got it. That's going on the list.
That's on the list.
Yeah.
Jeez. Oh my, what a great episode.
What a fantastic episode. I feel like I couldn't physically express what that was doing to me on the inside. Which is cool.
Very good.
Oh my gosh. Whew.
Were you guys…
The heck?
Yeah, you enjoy it?
What did you think?
So what do you think?
What
Let us
the
know.
heck
Did we miss
did you think?
anything? We want to hear.
Oh man. Gee. Wow.
Sapaduba.
Zabadabadooba. Much love.
Much love.